Coming up on this week's headlines.
X-Men 97 writer Beau DeMayo reveals the real reason he was fired. But Marvel says otherwise.
Sony Spider-Verse is back with the new Kraven the Hunter trailer. Surely it won't disappoint, right? Right?
Wrong. However, Channing Tatum might be headed to the MCU.
And speaking of MCU, we're going to tell you why Halle Berry wasn't in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm Taylor and that's
I'm naming. I introduced myself.
And this is in case you missed it for the week of August 12th.
All the timestamps for the stories will be in the description link down below.
Well, I guess either the NDA is up or Disney stopped paying him. Because writer and co-creator of X-Men 97, Beau DeMayo, finally broke his silence about why he was fired. Claiming that he got fired over this fan art that he posted on Instagram back in June for Pride Month. Saying that after he posted the picture, not only was he fired, but Marvel also stripped him of his season 2 writing credits.
The next day, Marvel said that's not true. Instead, after an investigation, they said they found egregious things.
Now, I'm not calling Beau a liar by any means, but I do think something's missing here. X-Men 97 is one of the biggest shows that Marvel's put out in a while, so to believe that they cut Severs just because of a gay black Cyclops photo, that's a little hard to believe. So do you guys think there is more to the story, or did Disney make the biggest fumble of the year? Let us know.
Sony just released a new trailer for Kraven the Hunter, and while the new trailer is better than the first, do I think it's going to be a good movie? Absolutely not. And it's not because it's coming off the disaster of a movie that is Madam Web. Well, sort of. But it's the fact that as I'm watching this trailer, I'm asking myself, what is this movie even about? Like, there's things happening, but for what reason? And then, of course, ashy ass Rhino shows up. What the Even the trailer for John Wick explained the movie. Guy kills dog, other guys wants revenge. It's simple. The only thing they keep saying in this trailer is, he's coming. And you can't get away from him. Okay. I know, I'm being way too harsh here, because I'm 63% sure that this is going to be better than Madam Web.
Only 63%?
I'm not going any higher. After playing Gambit in Wolverine and Deadpool, Channing Tatum said that he's feeling more optimistic that a Gambit movie could be in the works. And for those who don't know, he's been trying to play Gambit for over a decade, but it's been cursed with production incidents, and then Disney bought Fox. Then Channing Tatum stated that he would do unspeakable things just to get this role, like unaliving kittens. Ooh, maybe Mahershala Ali should take a page out of Channing Tatum's book. And then maybe Blade could get made.
And speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, it's officially the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. But do you know what could have made the movie even better? If Halle Berry's Storm was in it. Halle Berry said that Blake Lively asked her if she would reprise Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine. And Halle Berry said, of course. You want to know why she wasn't in it? Because she wasn't asked by the producers of the movie. Like, come on. As much as I love the movie, it would have been even better if some of the original X-Men cast was in it, and Storm would have been perfect.
And that's it for today's headlines.
All right. What about Kraven? How are you guys feeling about Kraven? Okay. No, I don't even want to say that, because I think we all here at the channel know. What is Sony's endgame?
I don't really have thoughts about Kraven.
I think they're just trying to make money at this point. I don't think they really have an end game. I think it's
but they're losing. And even though Madam Web popped huge on Netflix, I don't know how much money they'll see from that, because it did lose a lot of money. You're not going to recoup that money from Netflix.
Yeah. I think they're thinking they're going to redeem themselves. Like, people are still watching these movies, even if they flop. So I think I really think they're hoping they strike gold, even though we know the movies are trash. But I mean, I don't know. I think they truly believe that something is gonna like take off. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like really banking on something happening. They're gonna keep making these movies until something happens.
Do you want to know the theory?
What?
The theory is that every villain that Sony uses, Marvel can't touch it. With Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Every villain
that Sony uses, Marvel, the MCU, cannot touch it with Tom. Who has been Tom Holland's enemies? Vulture, didn't see him in Sony.
Yeah, I was going to say
Mysterio, didn't see him in Sony. And then, well, I mean, you know, you bought the other Sony characters back, but now they're shoehorning Rhino in here, which, I mean, hey, it is a...
But they showed Vulture, though. They show Vulture in Sony now.
Well, no, that was in Morbius.
That's Sony, right?
But, no, yeah, I know, but he premiered in the MCU.
Well, yeah. So can they not use him anymore?
They already...
Well, that's a theory. It's a theory. It's a rumor. All right, last question. Is it going to be Morbin time in Kraven? Are we going to get Morbin time in Kraven?
I mean, it's at this point
that might just make the movie so bad that it actually ends up good. Like that. Yeah, that is all I can say.
At this point, that might be their saving grace.
That might be the move, and maybe. I don't know. Maybe Madam Web. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe all the villains form like not even the Sinister Six, but like
the Sinister Four.
Just make a super bad movie.
The Avengers of the Spider-Verse.
It'll be so bad that it'll be a classic.
Here's the thing. Tom Hardy said their most profitable is Venom. Tom Hardy said he's done after The Last Dance. He said he's done. Sony has made just so many missteps. It's kind of inspiring how much of a train wreck the Sony Spider-Verse is without Spider-Man.
They just keep going. They persevere. I mean,
it's not like you can't make a good villain movie. It's not like you can't do it.
It's more Sony being money hungry than actually caring about what the fans want. Because if they actually cared what the fans want, they would stop making these movies.
Yeah, they would stop. Because who are the fans? Like, can we ask that question?
They would focus.
Like, I genuinely want to know.
Well, what they could have done is bring Andrew Garfield back. But to your point, since the Rhino was in Andrew Garfield, Paul Giamatti, and now they're bringing Rhino back in Kraven the Hunter.
But going back to what you were just talking about, the rumor. Can they now use Andrew Garfield because he was in No Way Home?
He's not a villain though, so maybe.
Sony can use anybody they want. Sony owns the film rights to these characters. They can use anybody they want. So I don't know.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in to In Case You Missed It for the week of August 12th.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.